All right, and good evening, motherfuckers. I actually did this on time for once, minus a few technical difficulties and losing track of time. But yes, I did it. I fucking made it on time for once. Naha, naha, naha.
Almost.
Yeah, 5 minutes. Oh well.
That's not so bad.
Yeah, the government gives you 7 minutes, so.
Oh, geez, this would be the one time I wouldn't be all like, fuck the government, don't need it. I like that 7 minutes of leniency. Give me enough time to get everyone situated, get everything situated, and grab my beer that I'm just desperately reaching for. Okay, there we go. Aha.
As he's still reaching for his beer, apparently.
It must be far away.
Yeah, right.
He passed out.
He's pulling a Reed Richards. He's reaching around the corner, but the corner is not anywhere near him.
I've seen a list here in the side chat with all these different food places. What is this? What I missed?
I don't know. I just felt like writing
them. Figures, the one I had for dinner isn't on the list.
Oh.
Went to White Castle.
Ah, there you go.
Yeah.
Sauteed onions.
Yeah, gonna be regretting it for days now.
Just make sure people aren't downwind from you.
Oh yeah, that ain't even that I wouldn't even care about. No, it's gonna feel like a gut punch.
Oh, motherfucker!
What?
Fucking god!
That good, huh?
Communists. Communists.
It's a goddamn Wi-Fi kicked me off, and then I finally rebooted it. I was having some major trouble with that, and I was like, guys, do you have this happen? No, we didn't have this happen. You just suck. Oh, okay. And now I have two of me for some reason.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
You're the doublemint twin today. Although I'll be a doublemint twin later, most likely.
You know what's sad? You say that to these young kids, and they're like, huh?
Yeah, they don't know what a doublemint twin is. It sucks.
I don't know. I'm just starting to hate this generation. That's just another reason to hate them.
Yeah, I feel it, man. I feel you there completely. That's why I smile every time I see another testicle roll downhill.
Speaking of which, you got statistics tonight?
Oh, hell yeah. Absolutely. Six, would you like to lead us in our ceremonial prayer?
I will do so. Everyone join hands or not. Everyone light candles or not. But if you don't, you will risk the wrath, the bloody wrath of the gun control gods and their insatiable desire for rolling testicles. Take it away.
All right, and hear ye, for these beeth the stats as of
oh my god
yesterday, apparently. All right, so the good news is, for total people shot and wounded, we've completely obliterated the 500 marker. We're past 600 now. And for total amounts of people shot, we even doubled down on that one, and we're past the 700 marker. We've got 609 people who've been shot and wounded, and we've had a total of 732 have been shot. And out of all of those people, 123 of them are dead, and a total of 152 of those total shootings were considered homicides.
Thus proving the apparent effectiveness of gun control legislation.
Oh, yes. Nowhere in the 606 and up to, I believe it's 30 miles outside of the city limits can you purchase a firearm or a bullet. It's completely impossible. I don't know how they do it, but yeah, it's literally a no gun buying, having, obtaining zone here unless it's completely illegal. Oh, damn it. Our carjackings have gone stagnant.
Oh no!
Surprisingly, so of the opioid deaths, we've only got 229 carjackings, and we've got 47. Yep, 47 opioid-related deaths. Damn. I guess everyone's taking a vacay on that shit.
They're switching to pure fentanyl.
They must. That or they must be. They must have finally learned that artificial shit was killing people. I guess all it takes is some artificial stigmata to scare everyone straight. Who'd have thunk, right? All right.
Speaking in tongues has a way of changing the wind.
That it does. And speaking of wind passing, we've got a total of 32 people who are going to have a hard time passing the wind. Because 32 people have apparently been shot in the ass.
That'll do it.
Yep. That's not too bad. I mean, we're gradually... Hopefully by May, we'll get more, because if we get more, we'll quite literally have the Alcatel signal bars going for the ass shots. Because they're just about to that shape. It's hysterical.
And how many fair citizens of the great city of Chicago are going to have trouble taking a piss comfortably?
Oh, yeah. 12 people are definitely going to have a hard time doing that, because 12 of them have shot themselves, but the people who are going to be having a really hard time with that are the 8 whom have contributed their testicles to the gun control gods.
Those testicles are now rolling downhill in the appeasement of our patron saint of gun control, Rahm Emanuel. Peace and testicles be upon him.
I don't think anyone makes the correlation between the Aztec sacrificing of hearts and heads with the testicles rolling down the hill 6, but I get it.
You know, that's the first thing I thought of when he mentioned that, was like giant concrete Jewish-looking pyramids that are dedicated to Rahm Emanuel, you know, these 8 testicles just rolling down them while the guy's just dying and bleeding and rolling shortly thereafter, trying to obtain the aforementioned testicle.
Yeah, that's
the temple of
I had in my head.
Montezumaberg.
Yeah, Montezumaberg. We're gonna have to get a meme of that. Get Montezuma, try and make him look white and Jewish, and put Rahm's face on him. Instead of a heart, it'll be a testicle in his hand.
Just take a picture of Montezuma and give him the curls. That's all.
that might work. Ooh, turns out one of these fatalities might have actually been from the aforementioned testicle, because we've got, let's see here, 53 fatalities from headshots, 57 from torso shots, and 1 from lower body shots. And 10, they're still trying to figure out what killed the other 10.
Well, I would say a lack of presence of Black Lives Matter, Al Sharpton, and the Reverend Jesse Jackson.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I'm telling you, man, I mean, the deck is really looking stacked against them. They should show up to these neighborhoods, because as far as gunshot percentages, 81.1 people have died from it, you know, as far as out of 100 percentile. That's 116 bullet homicides, 16 stabbings, 6 traumas, 3 strangulations, 1 from child abuse.
And a partridge and a pear tree.
And why are they so reluctant to visit these African American neighborhoods? These
don't you know, them be thugs. They always carrying.
They might get shot at. I guess the African American community is not a monolith.
I guess not, but we do know at least 68.5% of them are definitely the victims of the aforementioned gun crimes, which sadly leaves a total of almost 100 dead bodies. And
so, are you telling me, Burnside, that 68% of these African Americans have fallen victim to the success of gun control legislation?
Oh, hell yeah. I mean, all 98 of these victims, who I presume are not existent anymore, are eternal Democrat voters. And 16 of, let's see here, and we've got, 16 assailants, and then, the numbers are pretty stagnant for everyone else, but that leaves a total of, let's see here.
If you get tagged with a GAT, you vote Democrat.
Vote Democrat. It's better to get the D than the R.
You just gotta hope that it don't give you no AIDS.
Okay.
Hey, give me the D. I'd rather have the D than the rape.
It depends on what R word you're talking about.
Rape. And I'm meaning Republicans. I've seen so many things where Republicans from different states, actually mostly Texas, to be honest, are talking about how one female Republican said women's bodies have a way to automatically stop the reproductive cycle when being raped.
Yeah, it's an old wives' tale.
Yeah, it sounds like some hearsay and such. But
oh no, this woman actually said it. I was shown the actual article.
Oh Christ, that's funny.
I don't think I still have it though.
Terry, you got to realize I got relatives on my mother's side of the family. They're like the pikeys that were in Snatch. These people are convinced that, you know, like if you're outside early enough in the morning, you'll catch a snake milking a cow.
The fuck?
Yeah, they're convinced that you have to be out there very early while there's still dew on the ground, and you'll catch a cow with with a snake attached to one of its udders milking it.
Oh my God, that's funny.
Yeah, these people are also convinced that snakes will grab their tail like an Ouroboros, but they'll actually roll like a hoop down the hill.
Oh, good Lord.
Yeah, I'm telling you, man, those backwoods Irish hicks are a hoot.
Oh, Lord. Let's see here. We've got, out of all of the aforementioned victim assailants, looks like we've got 143 people who will now be eternal Democrat voters. And just to make things interesting, I'm going to go name off the top three neighborhoods where Al Sharpton and friends definitely need to have some presence, because, it's getting pretty red over here. If you can, here, let me screen share this so everyone gets the reference, since we're on the topic of Democrats, Republicans, and all that good stuff.
I'll be right back.
D-Ray, you got to put on your new blue vest.
Yeah.
Stroll in there and tell everybody exactly how much Black Lives Matter to you.
Yeah. Speaking of references, just real quick point. For anyone who's listening, what Burnside keeps saying, that's a little tongue-in-cheek thing when he says permanent Democrat voters. It's because of the Democrats' use of dead people to vote. That's basically why he keeps saying that, in case you guys aren't picking up on it. That's all. Just little footnote I wanted to throw in there, because I thought about it. Between the thing with Six's joke and the thing with Burnside's joke, I think that some of our audience might be going over their heads.
Yeah.
So you know, guys, just wanted to mention that, guys. We are an intellectual stream. So despite all the humor, you do have smart people here. So you're going to catch things that go over your head sometimes. Scooby's here because I will help.
The testicle reference is to Aztec human sacrifice.
Yeah. That's so cool that I caught that. I really feel so much smarter now that I picked up on it.
Really awesome idea. We're gonna have to make a whole bunch of memes of that. And you guys see the nice red areas we got over here, over in Austin, Belmont, Cragen, Hubble Park, Garfield Park, and the nice sweet North Lawndale.
Burnside, present yourself.
I thought it was. I'm not.
Nope.
Oh, motherfucker. Okay, hold on. Okay. How do I do that? Where's the button for that?
Click on yourself.
Okay, click on self. Click on arrow.
And now you're presenting yourself.
Oh. Aha. All right. Let me redo that then. Okay. Enlarge. Okay, now can everyone see the map?
You got to bring it back up again.
Yeah, you got to screen share it again.
Okay. Here we go. And screen share. And here we go. Do you see it?
I'll let you know when it pops up. Give it a minute.
All right.
Because I'm watching the chat.
Is anybody getting this?
Still not up. What did you do? You had it perfect before.
Ah, damn it. I did the screen share thing.
You have to screen share, yeah, and then present. Or present screen share, but you have to do both.
Well, he's presenting right now.
Okay, how about now?
Okay, there it is. Got it.
All right. Sorry, I forgot to push a button. Anyways, now where the red joke comes from is if you have around 10 dead bodies, that gives you a nice Republican red over here on the map. Now, if you've got 10 or more dead bodies, that gives you a really dark Republican red, like over in Austin over here where you can see. And if you've got a nice little light baby blue, that means you've got no dead bodies. No dead bodies at all.
Damn, there's not enough dead bodies. It's not all red.
Yeah, tell me about it. Yeah, we've got, let's see here. In the order of redness, there's Austin. There's Hubble Park. Ah! Why did that? No.
Yeah.
Damn it. Wrong button.
Good statistics, though.
Yeah.
Oh, it's absolutely hysterical. Ah. There we go. I must have clicked away on something. Sorry about that. Anyways,
And
we've
also
got
for any new viewers, what we're doing right here is probably the most extreme form of gallows humor.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Because the reason why you have all these little dots on the map in that is because we have an incredible outbreak of gang-related, drug-related, and gun violence. The reason more often than not that everyone says that this violence occurs is because we pretty much don't have a Second Amendment in this city at all. You know, literally, the Supreme Court had to actually slap the state of Illinois over the head and say, you can't deny people from being able to have conceal and carry. You can limit it, but you have to let people conceal and carry. They have to have some form of a Second Amendment. And naturally, the city of Chicago said, but we must have our sacrificial testicles that'll roll down the hill.
Yeah, you know, a lot of these little crosshairs. Those are innocent bystanders. These are people that are victims of crimes. They're not all gang members. They're not all thugs. They're being shot by other thugs, and a good percentage of these people would probably be still alive if they were able to protect themselves.
Does anybody else notice something here? There isn't nearly enough black stars on this.
Yeah.
Right.
I was waiting for someone to say thank you, Irving. Yeah, for police-involved scenarios, there's absolutely none whatsoever.
That's because they're always eating fucking donuts.
Or they're putting them in the body bag.
Yeah.
Normally,
when seconds matter, police are just minutes away.
Yep. And ironically, that's normal what ends up happening. You know, they're sitting there on lunch, stuffing their faces, and next, oh yeah, we got another dead body here, motherfucker. You know, they zip over to the scene, and crime's been done for about 2 hours, and that's they go, all right, time to get the coroner, and then they basically sit there, fill out paperwork, finish their lunch, and that's pretty much a wrap for them.
Yeah, so the importance of being able to protect yourself via the Second Amendment cannot be discounted. Cannot be discounted.
We have it for a reason. It's for self-defense in the off case of a tyrannical, psychotic government. You can be rid of it. Which, if you look at Chicago, oh yeah, you've definitely got plenty of the two. I mean, you've got taxation out the ass. You've got expenses through the roof. You've got people fleeing the city left and right from either, the expensive cost of living to the political upheaval you got downtown, which I'll be taking part in tomorrow, because primarily I'd like to go see just how many of these idiots in Chicago actually know what May Day is about.
I would say not enough.
Wow, this is kind of scary.
In because sadly, it is just a little bit of an odd occurrence, and it's happened, you know, a really long time ago. But it does actually have some relevance today. It's just that chances are for most of these guys, they're you know, putting it out of context because my Fifi's and Trump so bad.
Wow. How many people have been shot already in Chicago since the beginning of the year?
How many people have been shot since the beginning? I'm gonna have to break the calculator out. Give me a second here. You guys are gonna have to probably give me a few minutes for that.
That's fine. I was just doing the math on my head because I was looking at the missing persons for the NYPD. Because remember, I told you that, you know, people around here, you don't find the bodies, people just go missing. Since January 1st, New York City has 300 people missing. That's adults. That's not children. That's like people went out to go to the mailbox.
More than 600 people have been shot this year.
Right. I'm saying these are people that haven't, I'm not counting deaths. These are people that are just gone. Like, these are people that went out to get the mail.
I'm telling Burnside, I Googled it. It says more than 600 people have been shot in Chicago this year.
Damn. Now, let me see. How many
and this was posted April 16th, 2018. So
okay,
it was posted not too long ago.
About 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, Hey Jackass would be accurate then, because I'm seeing 615 for year-to-date as of yesterday.
Yeah, and this is through the Chicago Tribune.
That's from the Chicago Tribune? Okay, then they're probably accurate on it then. Because that just about correlates completely what we've got here. Yes, for total shot and wounded is 615 for it's almost 740 total people that have been shot. So whichever war you want to take it, people who for the most part have been shot at, or people who have actually been wounded by being shot at.
And Raijin in your chat says, "Isn't every weekend in Chicago like the Purge?"
Pretty much. Yep, just about, man. Every weekend, and especially now that it's getting warmer out, chances are that these statistics are going to go through the roof, because the hotter it is, the more lead that normally flies, typically.
Yeah.
That's usually how it goes.
Let me see. 58 shootings in Manhattan in January, but only 20 of them wound up that they turned into homicide, but there were 58 shootings in January. Let's see.
And in February you got by London, so don't even look at that.
No, I'm looking because we are actually having a record low. Like January this year, it was only 7,484 major crimes, as opposed to 8,096 in January 2007. So that's a lot of crime.
Well, you know, you guys had a cooler winter.
Yeah.
Oh, man, our winter this year wasn't too bad. I mean, it did really suck, but we have had worse.
Really? It wasn't that bad? You were bitching about it every day.
Oh,
no,
yeah.
I know what he's talking about. 2-3 years ago, I think it was, maybe a little bit more now. My nephew, he had to come back from Chicago because people were freezing to death.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it was about 3 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how cold it was. We had a whole bunch of homeless people freezing to death.
That's why I told him to come home. He called me up. He's like, I found a dead person in my stairwell. The guy froze to death because like the heat kicked out in the building. And I told him, I'm like, what are you? He's like, wait till I touched the guy. He's like, it was freezing in the hallway. He's like, so I took off my glove and went to touch him. He's like, and it felt like I like freezer burn, And I told him, because the guy had been out there all night. And I said to him, get on the next train and come home. What the hell's the matter with you?
My cat says hello.
Yeah, it's gotten that bad here before.
Yeah,
killed people. It's a good thing he did convince him to go home because, yeah, if the hot lead didn't kill him, the cold weather would have.
Well, he only came home for the winter. He went right back as soon as you guys had slowed down.
Nah. All right. Well, shit. At least he turned out all right, man. Because oh boy.
Well, did you ever hear? May he rest in peace. Did you ever hear what the comedian Richard Jeni said about Chicago? He said Chicago was formed by a bunch of New Yorkers that said, we really love all of this crushing poverty and crime, but it's just not cold enough for us.
That sounds about right, actually. He's not too far off because, yeah, that's the same thing I wind up encountering all the time whenever I talk to people. Well, don't you know about this? Don't you know about that? You know, what do you think about this? What do you think about? I don't know. I vote Democrat. I violently masturbate every day. And, I do my 8 drugs. And, pharmaceuticals? No, crack, cocaine, heroin, methamphetamine, this weird shit they made during World War II. 4 different types of weed. And it's like, what in the flying fuck? Just why? And it's like, yeah, and this is just your average person. This isn't even your fucking aristocrats live in the north. So it's like, no, drugs and a type of dystopic view on everything, and just going, fuck it, whatever. It's almost like the norm.
Yeah, pretty much. What it's like around here. Like I was talking to a friend of mine. I told this to Six and Weibo the other night. I was talking to a friend of mine. I haven't talked to this guy in a few years. He just came home from being on vacation, and he told me he was nervous talking to me because he said, well, 1, you're alive. He said, and 2, you're not in jail. So that's literally like, in other words, because I'm not dead and I'm not doing time, I must be narking. That's like the mentality.
Yeah. Well, it's the start of the day, man. It's progress.
Yeah. That's so sad in my neighborhood. Oh wow, Scoobie looks really healthy. Yeah, he's talking to the cops.
Wow. God. Thankfully, it's not that bad. It's just, people don't care enough to take care of the different problems we have, or in general, they're too damn busy because it's like, yeah, poverty really sucks because our taxes are so high because we expect big government to take care of things. So, yeah, I got to work those double shifts, Oh, damn it, I didn't, know this or that thing was going on. Oh, fucking well, everything will be okay. Oh, more dead bodies. Oh, damn it, maybe we should vote for more gun control so we'll have less
Hey, baby
dead.
brother.
Same as always.
Well, I told you guys.
Hi to my brother.
Hey, Kelt.
Hey, Kelt. I told you about when I was working at the landfill before I got injured. When we would go to leave the landfill, every day I'd see these cops pulling down the block and park. So one day I asked the supervisor, why is it the cops always go down there when we're locking up? And he said because it would happen a lot. We would leave, and the minute the trucks would pull out the yard, a pickup would come flying in by the fence, and they go and they try to stuff a body in the landfill. So they literally have to put guards next to the fence while the landfill is closed to keep people from trying to come over and climb the fence and stuff bodies in the landfill to get rid of them.
Oh, boy. Boy.
But you know what it is? Because you can literally get to the landfill right from the interstate. So we had people coming here from Jersey. We had people coming from Queens. We had people coming from Brooklyn, from Staten Island, White Plains, the Bronx. They were coming from all over to go to the landfills over here because it's not like the ones in Jersey. There's no security by them. So now we literally have to have the cops like hang out down there because I'm not even kidding when I say one day they didn't send the cops there, because they thought they deterred it. And then they got a call by somebody who lived over by the landfill and they're walking their dog and it's, it's in the bad part of town. And they call up and they're like, yeah, there's these two crackers and they're trying to stick this other cracker up in the landfill. And they went there and what it was this redneck couple in like this pickup and they were trying to stick her husband in there. The thing was the guy was over 300 pounds. So they're trying to drag his fat ass up the side of the landfill. And that's why they got caught. He kept rolling down the hill.
Yeah. My cat says hello, by the way.
Hello, kitty.
They say hello.
Hi, kitty. Is it the tortoiseshell or is it our constitutional kitty?
The tortoiseshell is the constitutional kitty.
Oh,
I
awesome.
always mix the two of them up. Oh, well, hi, G'day.
Yeah, the tortoise shell's the talkative one. The tabby's kind of the quiet one. But she likes the Constitution too.
Awesome. One's just more vocal than the other.
Yeah. One's the vocal minority, and the other one's kind of like the silent majority.
Interesting. So I see. Hey,
Burnside, I got a question for you.
Yeah, what's up?
You definitely going to try to come out here for the summer?
I'm considering it. I mean, we're trying to finagle out where we're going to go after we get done with the shoebox we're living in right now. But if possible, yeah, I'd like to.
Yeah, I was telling my wife. She said, "Oh, good. If Burnside and NightCrow come out for the summer, you can take them with you to Connecticut. That way, one of them can drive your car and follow you back because she keeps finding cars for sale in Connecticut." So.
Yeah. Oh God, Connecticut! Jesus Christ! If you run into Connecticut, chances are I'll run into my ex.
I'm not going there to hang out. What the hell? What am I going to go play tennis? What the fuck do I got to go to Connecticut for? I'm just going to pick up a car.
Oh, geez. Depends on what part, I guess. Good Lord, Connecticut.
Yeah, the only good thing about Connecticut is they keep Utah from getting the title of whitest state in the union.
Nice. Hey, as long as it's nowhere near Prospect, Connecticut, we're all good.
Oh hell, I don't know. I'm looking to pick up. I found like a stick shift Civic for like $400, so I really doubt I'm going to be going to no gated community.
I don't know if it was gated or not, but I know it was some middle of goddamn nowhere place. I don't know. Don't know. Don't care. Ain't my problem nowadays. But yeah, I'd definitely like to take a trip up to see you guys up in New York there, just to get a grasp of what it's like over there. That and in general, just so I'd have a decent club to go to, or I won't have to punch somebody, or worry about driving home plastered as absolute shit. Because yeah, oh boy, I got a bad track record with that. Had a bad track record. Don't do that no more for reasons.
I'm kind of nervous of bringing you around the clubs that I go to.
Nice.
Yeah, and I can imagine that's the last thing I want to do is like introduce you to certain people. God forbid they take a shine to you.
Oh God. Do tell. This should be entertaining.
I think I told you about the one guy. I'm gonna try to interview him one day. I just got to make sure that like he's in the right mindset for it.
Oh yeah, the communist. Oh, definitely.
No, not him. Not him. A good friend of mine actually. He lives around the block from me. I think I told you about him. He's the reason that Ken Shamrock doesn't wrestle anymore.
Oh yeah.
He gave him a really bad ass whooping and threw him through the fucking plate glass windows of the WWF building out into the middle of Times Square.
Yeah.
Now, if you ever met, now this is the fucked up part. If you ever met him, he's Ajax's size.
Holy shit.
Yeah. He looks like if Ajax was built like a He-Man figure. That's because this guy has like no body fat. He's this little Italian guy. He's a maniac.
Good Lord.
He has on his Adam's apple. He has jujitsu tattooed in Japanese kanji.
You have told me about this guy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, definitely like to have a couple
tough
beers
as
with
hell.
him, man. It sounds like a badass.
Oh, let me ask you. Since I'm talking about this, I was looking and I seen a friend of mine, and I'm on what is it, Facebook, and then I look on Twitter, and I didn't even realize. Did you guys ever hear of a kickboxer? No, mixed martial artist named Ryan LaFleur.
Ryan. Did you say Rhino or Ryanell?
No, Ryan LaFleur.
Ryan LaFleur.
LaFleur with an L.
Oh, LaFleur. I don't think so. That might ring a bell, but I'm not thinking of anything offhand.
All right, because he's a really big MMA artist. I'm looking at the video. I'm like, wait a minute. I know this fucking guy. And then I look. He's a friend of mine. I haven't seen him in a few years. I used to shoot pool with this guy up at the bar all the time.
Oh, fucking cool.
He apparently he competes in UFC. Yeah. I didn't even know it. So
cool shit.
Yeah, well, I seen him the other day, and I was gonna hit him up on Facebook, and I'm like, wait a minute, and then I realized, I'm like, oh shit, this guy, that's what I forgot. He mentioned to me the last time I seen him, he was going into it like trying to get into it professionally. But my point is, yeah, if you come out to visit, I can get you guys to meet them. So yeah.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, well, that's my whole point. Most of my neighborhood is all MMA, so that's what you're going to be meeting a lot of.
Oh, cool shit, man.
Oh yeah.
Hell yeah. Oh, and while we're talking about your neighborhood, definitely, if I could ever get the chance to, I'll have to bring one of my gas masks in my basic getup after I get the holes sewed in my colors, because I actually got the denim the last couple of times we were going out in that from one of the fabric stores I went to. I think it was a Joann's or something. So I can sew it back together in that. But I'd like to actually find places nearby you that actually have decent graffiti, because the non-gang related ones that are around by me, I'll get fucking shot going there. Or it's like old condemned buildings and shit like that. And it's like, yeah, I'm not going to go fucking, climb over barbed wire and shit. I'm too old for that crap.
I could actually take you around and you can meet like the real artists who do the shit. Like Cope 2 still lives in the neighborhood. He still lives around here. Every once in a while, like in the summer, his old ass, he comes back from Amsterdam. He gets Zephyr up in here. If you ever seen the movie Wild Style, he did all the graffiti in that.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I'm about to do a screen share because I freaked out because my cigarette chair was missing. And this is where I found them in the backyard set up just like this. Fucking creepy.
Kind of creepy. Yeah, I was gonna say that's kind of creepy.
Turns out it was
What do you got? Like woods behind your house?
Not really, just a little bit. There's trees, but that's about it.
Thank God. I got buildings and factories, and I live under a train trestle. I'm happy.
We're in the hood, the mini hood. But it was Robbie's chairs too. So, which are the little chairs. So I'm fucking freaking out. And turns out it was Robbie's little friend Lily that decided to do this shit.
They decided to troll the adult.
Yeah.
Nice. They're clever little fuckers.
Yeah. Oh, and I want to show a picture. Remember how I told you that there's a baby I sometimes, like to play
baby
with?
orc.
Baby orc. Here is baby orc. I got permission from the mother to take photos and share.
Oh, he's adorable.
He looks like a little orc, don't he?
Yeah.
Look at him.
He's so cute.
And he has an older brother that I call Little Drow.
Awesome.
Look at those ears. They're kind of pointed, actually.
He's a cute kid. He is. You know what's sad? What's sad is you can't even say anything like that nowadays affectionately because people immediately get their shit in a twist.
Well, luckily, the mother thinks that my nicknames for her kids are hilarious.
Oh, it's definitely hysterical. Oh, look at him. He's an adorable little baby orc. That's fucking hysterical, man.
Yeah, I showed her a picture of an orc, and she goes, "Oh my god, he does look like an orc." She's like, "I'm gonna call him that now too."
Oh, great! So come Halloween, she's gonna put him up in a little green costume. Go, it's my baby orc.
My nephews have a friend, and when they were in grade school, they used to call the kid Mangler. And the reason they were calling the kid Mangler was because it was just the way that it sounded because, how New Yorkers pronounce it. It sounded similar to when they would say Joseph Mengele because the kid looks like Mengele. So they just started calling him Mengele and it just turned into Mangler. So they still call this guy Mangler and they're like, why did they call this guy Mangler? And I tell them, well, they started calling him Mengele when he was a kid. They're like, that's fucked up. And then they look at him like, holy shit, he does look like a young Joseph Mengele. I'm like, yeah, no shit. That's why they came up with it.
That's awesome.
So earlier, Ryder asked me what kid told me to shut up. And he was telling y'all to mute me because, Robbie was upstairs yelling at me to shut up. And I'm like, that's my roommate's kid, and he'll get an ass whooping the next time he does it because he knows he's not supposed to holler down at this hour.
Oh, sounds like somebody's gonna get that belt in the ass.
I didn't even notice that there was a kid screaming because you know what it is.
I got used to it.
I got 18 nieces and nephews, and I think I got like 4 two great nephews and two great nieces at this point. So I've been hearing that nonstop since the mid 1980s. So yeah.
That's called being desensitized.
Yeah.
And I didn't even hear him telling me to shut up, but apparently he did.
Uh-oh.
And, oh no, he's been in a bad mood all day, all over a fucking fidget spinner.
Oh, a fidget spinner.
Oh, for fuck's sake, those little things.
Yeah, he saw one in one of those claw machines at CC's Pizza, and he wanted one, and, you know, you only get one try. And he threw a fit because they didn't win it. And, you know, I'm at Joann's getting 99-cent patterns.
Nice.
Because I sold a purse today.
Awesome.
Yay.
Oh, very cool.
I sold the My Little Pony purse.
There you go.
Sweet.
MLP.
My little brony, my little brony.
Cool. Did Irv buy it?
I think Cass.
Hold on a second, guys.
Look, I may fuck Riley Dennis, but I am no brony. Okay.
Until the one day, Irv. Until the one day you get so tanked, you end up just raw dogging on a brony lord because it's a Riley Dennis brony lord, and you're just looking at it and you're like, yeah, I'll try this once.
That doesn't make me a brony.
But so I'm at Joanne, and I'm on the phone
catch
with
the brony
my
from
aunt,
fornicating with the brony by
telling
causing a
her-
dimensional rift with your fornicating.
telling her about the sales, and I get a call from Katrina, and she's like, we're outside by the car. I'm like, okay, why aren't you still eating? She's like, Robbie was throwing a fit. I'm like, why? She goes, over a fucking fidget spinner.
The fidget spinner.
Just grab him by the hair and smack the shit out of him.
Because she didn't want to do that in public.
It's not allowed anymore.
It becomes necessary.
Wow.
Discipline is necessary.
Irv,
You gotta,
hey Irv, are you familiar with the term gazotta?
No. I might know it in English.
It's the you know, in the old tongue, it's where you get backhanded, where your teeth click.
I've had that.
All right.
And so, you know, we get in the car. He has ice cream. They actually got him ice cream. I would have been like, no way in hell. You just threw a fucking fit in the store. No. But, you know, I bought my patterns. I come back out and we get in the car and we're driving so we can put gas in the car and I could go ahead and get some cigarettes because already I'm having a headache from I'll be screaming his fucking head off in the car. And he's still screaming about a fucking fidget spinner all the way out to fucking Archer.
A fidget spinner.
A fidget spinner.
A fidget spinner.
Yep.
You
It's
know,
one of those grand scheme of things when you take a few steps back in fidget spinner.
Yeah.
A fidget spinner.
you know,
I'm like, we have two at the house. And I even told him, I was like, if you start behaving, treat your mom and I right, and start doing what you're told, I'll buy you two of them. Ones that light up and glow in the fucking dark. And he's like, no, I want a fidget spinner now. I'm like, well, there goes that deal.
you know, hey Six, did I tell you when I was a kid, if you would have met me when I was with my father, until you would turn to my father and, you know, like look at me and say, who's this? My father would then turn to me and say, introduce yourself. Then I would speak. Until that happened, I was silent.
Right.
You know, I can't believe when I see with these kids and hearing this. Tara, you get my love to you, because seriously, if that was my son, oh my God, he would have a permanent stutter by the end of that day.
Oh no, I've told people, including Katrina, that if it were my kid, he would not be doing that.
You see, I'm going to give a little tip to the people listening in chat. If you have a kid and the kid is not behaving and you're worried about marks, use a phone book, and you just hit him. You hit him through the phone.
Lying.
No marks get left.
Yeah, well, I'm also the type that if I tell them 3 times and I have to tell them a 4th time, that's when they get 3 whacks on the butt. And I tell them as I'm doing it why, and then afterwards I talk to them. And that worked with all 3 of my goddaughters. My oldest, I only had to spank her twice in her entire life.
Because my father would do that to me. He would call my name, like 3 times, and then the 4th time he'd yell, and then all of a sudden he'd wrap his hand around my hair, and I'd get the pinky ring right up against the forehead, and he'd go like this, really fast up against my forehead, and he'd go 3 times. 3 times I had to scream your name.
Oh shit!
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and my oldest goddaughter also learned how to say yes, ma'am, because her mom didn't teach her that. And I was like, no. If you're going to live with my parents, you are going to say yes, ma'am, no, ma'am, yes, sir, no, sir. And she would just run up to him going, what? When they would call their names, and I'm literally right behind her in an instant. It's like I was there by magic. And I'm like, what do you say? She's like, you could see her jump. Like, yes, ma'am.
God.
Did I?
You got to put the fear of God in them, man. You got to put the fear of God in them.
Well, see, when I was younger, my parents were alcoholics and drug abusers. My mom was an alcoholic. My stepdad was a drug abuser. So I witnessed all that. I got spankings. I got weird ass torture. But mind you, I came out okay. You know, I'm not a drug user. I'm not an alcoholic, although at my mental health place, we have it put down that I'm an alcoholic because I don't smoke weed anymore, and they want to put me down as a drug user.
You're saying none such. I've known worse people that do drugs.
And so I came out okay, but it's just something I believe. If you have to, 3 times, you should feel a sting on your own hand. And if it's stinging you, you know it's stinging them, and 3 times is enough. If you hit them any more than that, in my opinion, that's child abuse. If you go any higher or on any other part of the body other than the rump, that's child abuse, unless you're smacking their hand. Like, sometimes I have to do to Robbie because he'll go and try and grab food out of a hot frying pan.
Jesus. Yeah.
Wow. I was
that's
raised
probably about the
really
extent of it, I'd say.
Yeah, I was raised real uber conservative, like really conservative. And I was raised, my parents were good parents because they didn't beat the shit out of me. Like, I mean, they were kids, like I can hear Irv is agreeing because he knows it's a cultural thing with us.
And Scoob, I just wanted to throw in there that, with Southern Italian and Sicilian boys, it's probably the safest to hit them in their hard heads.
Yeah.
Oh, I got wrapped in the head a few times myself. I'm hard-headed.
Yeah, my father he wouldn't hit me in the face. I think maybe once he actually gave me, a gazzota across the mouth because I said something and I deserved it. I'm not going to lie. And I said, my brother looked at me, and my brother had this disgusted look on his face. He goes like this. He's like, he should have closed his fist. So, basically, I got off light, is what my brother.
You guys are going to love this.
You guys ever get the pointer finger of death?
Oh, God, yes.
My dad had some. He's came from a long line of coal miners. He wasn't a coal miner. Well, actually, he did work in the mines a little bit when he was younger. But they all have these really stout fingers that are more like railroad spikes.
Yeah, I've seen them, cigar fingers.
Jesus.
Yeah. And when they poke you in the chest over and over again in the same spot as they're making their point. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've had that with my grandmother and her fingernails.
Oh.
I told I told you about this, Sticks. Tara, did I ever tell you about what my godfather, Uncle Dominic, said to me about it was in the 80s when people had mohawks?
What?
He calls me into the room. He goes like this, Pachota, come here. That's a slang term. I don't think I ever told you. Pachota means like little one. So he goes like that. They all called me it. Pachota, come here. I want to ask you a question. I go, yes, sir. He goes like this. Look out the window. I go, yeah. You see that putt standing on the corner? Yes, sir. You ever going to get a haircut like that? No, sir. Good. Let me tell you something. My son ever got a haircut like that, I'd kick the shit out of him twice. Once I kicked the shit out of him for getting that stupid haircut, and the second time I kicked the shit out of him for making me kick the shit out of him the first time.
It makes sense, though. Not gonna lie. It sounds twisted, but it makes all the sense in the world.
You guys are gonna love this. So while Robbie's throwing his fit, he goes and calls his mom an asshole.
Oh,
And so once we got home, because she
That's
dealt
when
with
you need to get the bullwhip on them.
I would
so
get the
once we got home, I
hairbrush
looked
for
at her
that
and I
one.
was like, I am going to get a bar of Ivory soap and I'm going to take it to the cheese grater. And I'm going to carry the little bag around with me for when all the kids start cussing, not just him. She's like, well, what do you do with it? I was like, you take one small little piece of it and you put it on their tongue.
Wash their fucking mouth out.
Exactly. I was like, she's like, no. I said, trust me, it's better than putting liquid soap in their mouth. And I've had that. I said, it's not child abuse. It's teaching them that when you say something bad, you're going to get punished for it. And it's better than whooping their ass each time because evidently none of them are learning.
Mm-hmm.
And I've told that to, Kyrell down the road for her kids. And she's like, okay.
I never got punished like when people used to say they got grounded. I never got grounded. I would get smacked. I get, a couple of smacks on the ass. God willing, I caught like a wooden spoon and not the belt. But I get a couple of swats on the ass, and then I get handed like the paint scraper, like, okay, go remove the barnacles off of the boat and give it a fresh coat.
I rarely got grounded. Usually, because groundings didn't work for me. I always found a way around it. Because I rarely had my own bedroom. So, I'm sleeping in the living room. They're watching my favorite shows on purpose to torture me. And I'm sitting there supposed to be like reading, and I'm actually watching the show.
No, I never got that. I got put outside. Like I get the shit smacked out of me. Okay, get the ladder, go clean the gutters.
Yeah.
Okay, go clean out the chimney. Okay, go. I literally. Okay, go get the buckets. Get the squeegee. I want you to scrape the driveway off, and then I want you to put on a coat of blacktop. Like I got fucked. Yeah, I was put to work. I never got. I go to your room and think about what you did. No, I got the shit smacked out of me, and I got put outside and put to work. That was a hell of a deterrent. I don't even have parking tickets as an adult.
Nice.
I washed a lot of windows.
That's good.
Yeah.
Shit, me, I got toys and stuff taken away. I got a couple minute timeouts and shit like that in the corner and that. Lectures. Tons of floggings. Oh, yeah.
The old man, he would take the toy away from me. He would snap it in half after he bashed it on the table into 1,000 pieces, throw it on the floor, and he'd give me this look, and he'd point at me. Now get outside and go to work. And damn. This I remember he did that to me. I'll never forget it. This is going to sound abusive. I think I was maybe 5 or 6 years old. It was Christmas morning, and he did that to me once. So, yeah. He was a tough taskmaster. But my father came from the school of, like he went to Catholic school when the priest would take you, like outside the classroom if the rules weren't working, and Father Doyle would, he'd tune you up in the hallway. So my father came from the school where if the priest put his hands on you when you came home and you said, Father Doyle punched me in the mouth, the first thing my grandfather would say is, well, what did you do that the father had to do that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that's the world that he grew up in. So it's a lot different. That's part of the reason I have a lot of disdain for my fellow New Yorkers, because excuse me for putting it this way, they're pussies. I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Scoob, some of the stories you're telling, like, do you remember some of the stories your dad told you about how you're getting off light?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. My mom would tell me that too.
Yeah,
oh my God.
Those.
Herb, did I ever tell you the one about the 3 brothers over in Brooklyn that went fishing and their father used to hang out on the driveway all day in his chair?
I don't remember.
All right, check this out. I'll give you a quick recap. This little old man, my father knew all of them. This little old man lived in Brooklyn. He's right off the boat from the old country. And he had like his 3 or 4 sons that lived with him in the house, because you know how it is with them. If they don't get married right away, they'll wind up, like just staying with the family.
Yeah.
So the sons all went fishing, and I guess each of them thought that the other one was going to tell the father. So now when the old man would sit out on the front in his chair, with his cane and, like on the edge of the driveway, you can still see a lot of these old Kujin Ginzos doing this. Like if you drive through certain neighborhoods, you'll see them sitting out on the end of the driveway watching the traffic. This guy used to sit there with like a referee's whistle, and whenever he needed to get one of his sons, he would blow in the whistle. So they went fishing, and they forgot to tell the old man. So they come back and the pickup is full of fish. And so the old man is still sitting on the edge of the driveway. And so they get out of the truck and they each got fish in their hands and they go like this, Pop, look at all the fish we caught. And so the old man goes up to him and he's got this look on his face. He goes like this, I'm a-sitting out of here. I'm going to sitting out of here all day. I'm going to blow a whistle. You will know what come. Why am I in there sitting out of here all day? Why am I in there blowing a whistle? And why you know when to come? Well, you know, Pop, we went fishing. Look at all this fish we caught. Oh, so you're went in the fishing. You're went in the fishing, and no one can come over here, and no one can answer to me when I'm blowing a whistle. Eh? Let me see the fish. So I said, oh, yeah, okay, sure, Pop. So he hands him the fish. I'll never forget this. He hands him the fish, and he goes, son of a bitch, I'm out of here. And he starts beating the shit out of him with the fish. I'm out of here, and I'm blowing a whistle. And you and all come. And smacking him with the fish. And I'm like, geez, Pop, come on. This little old man beat the shit out of these guys with this fucking fish till there was fish all over the place. Like, basically, he beat them till there was nothing but bones left.
Oh, shit.
Oh, yeah.
Priceless.
So, I'm saying you got relatives that are from the old country. You ever see or hear anything like that, like with your cousins and shit?
Not as funny. Some of the stuff that my dad told me is like borderline torture. My dad was, I don't know, 8 or 9 years old, comes home, and his dad's okay. My grandfather literally looks like Stalin.
Oh,
okay.
Literally. Like dead fucking ringer. From his wedding picture, he's got the same haircut, the mustache, all of it.
Oh, fuck.
Right. And I can't remember what he was pissed off about, but he points to the corner of the kitchen and says, "What's that?" And he spilled dry rice in the corner. And he makes this 8 or 9 year old kid go kneel in the rice for like 2 hours. He's just kneeling in dry rice.
Ouch, ouch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
He was the middle of 5 kids, right? So he got it bad.
Damn.
I remember shit like that when I was a kid. Like, you know, a couple of my friends. I mean, this is, I think, when it started to turn when I was a kid, because you still had friends of mine, like their parents. I was there a few times when the parents would like, quote unquote, torture the kid. Like, you go in, oh, Jimmy, you like smoking cigarettes, do you? Well, I got a pack here. We're going to have a sell the smoke. Sit down. Oh, you like that cigarette? Okay, Jimmy, have another cigarette. Oh, you like that one too? Here's your 3rd cigarette, Jimmy. Guess what? There's 17 more in this pack. You know, I was there for a few of those. The same thing, like, oh, guess what? You want to have a beer, do you? Well, you see, this is what they call a suitcase. All 24 of these are yours. Start drinking. Yeah, but now that's considered torture. But I look at this, none of them turned into alcoholics. You know,
honestly, yeah, that actually is a pretty decent deterrent.
Yeah, it's exactly what it is, Six. Tough love.
Yeah.
When my mom and her brothers and sister were little, my Uncle David was petrified of lizards. I mean, fucking petrified. And my Uncle Val just loved to torture his siblings, him and my mom. So what my Uncle Val did is he went and dug this like 6-foot deep fucking pit. Now, my Uncle David had just gotten brand new white shoes for school. And my family, my mom's side, grew up poor. I mean, like, living in ramshackle houses, poor. And so my uncle convinces my Uncle David to go out there, and he's like, come here, I gotta show you something. And David's like, what? And he's very, very hesitant. Well, somehow he gets David into this fucking pit and buries him up to his neck, and then takes a lizard and stakes it to a stick, like barely an inch away from its face, so that the lizard can't quite like snap at his nose.
Oh, jeez, fuck.
And so David's sitting there screaming his fucking head off. The lizard's just like, what the fuck is going on? And Mom, you know, went back inside the house and was eating some chicken. My grandmother gets home and she sees what happened. She knew exactly who did it. She calls my Uncle Val by his full name. And he comes out and she's like, get your brother out of there. And he, you know, gets him out. Well, my Uncle Val, or my Uncle David, lost one of his pretty white shoes. And so my grandmother made my uncle dig out there all weekend looking for that fucking shoe.
I would have made the damn kid dig for the fucking shoe.
No, she made my Uncle Val do it, the one that buried my Uncle David.
Christ.
Now, my aunt, she's claustrophobic. Because when, you know, she was a little thing when she was small. She was like when I was a little small.
Mm-hmm.
And they would convince her to get into like dryer drums or barrels to see if she could fit. Well, one time they stuck her in a dryer and turned it on.
Oh, fuck.
Another time they stuck her in a barrel and rolled it down a hill.
Oh, that would actually be fun.
We used to do that for fun back in Winnipeg.
Yeah, with ties and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now my aunt's severely claustrophobic.
Well, that'll do it.
But one time on the school bus, some kid was, you know, picking on my aunt. And my mom was on the same bus. And the kid just knocks the shit out of my aunt. And my mom literally, like, flies over the seats of the school bus and just starts beating the shit out of this kid.
Damn.
And she says what every sibling says, no one gets to fuck with my sister but me.
You want to know why I'm not claustrophobic? When I was a kid, I was playing hide and seek, and I was hiding in the couch. And I had my arm
so many times.
I had my arm under me a certain way, and my sister's boyfriend came and sat on the couch and was talking to my father, and I was pinned there, and I couldn't move. But I was able to push the bottom of the couch down so I could breathe.
Oh, shit.
And I was trapped there for like a good 20 minutes or so. So, yeah, I'm not claustrophobic because that happened to me and I survived. And there's been times, that's how I actually, part of the reason I have no criminal record, because I put myself in spots where if you're claustrophobic, you can't do it. Like, I actually have, like, stuffed myself in storm drains. Like, bro, I am not going to jail. That's how I am. I'm sorry.
Shit, dude. I've hit several times.
It's fucked up. My like I always call this guy my brother from another mother. May he rest in peace. I actually the one time I got down the storm drain, I came up out the sewer afterwards. I was able to pull myself back up. And I'm looking all over. I'm like, where the fuck is he? And I'm like, I hear, yo. And I look. I don't know how he did it. He had gotten up into the tree. So the cops came, and he's like 60 or 70 feet up. Now, he was about my size.
Oh,
and I'm like,
fuck.
I'm looking up the tree. I'm like, Steve, how the fuck did you get up there? Yo, I don't know, man, but I can't get down. I forget how the fuck we got him down, but we got him down, obviously.
Oh, jeez. We had that problem with my cat a few years ago when we were out in Indiana. My cat Morris literally looks like the one that's on the food labels and everything. This 30 pounds of muscle cat just climbs up this tree, climbs up about good 12 feet or so. And, you know, we just, leave him out there. It's like, all right, he's an outdoor cat. He's hunting birds or whatever it is he's doing. So 3 hours pass. We're wondering, all right, here's midnight. There's a scrawny little black cat running around eating the food and all that. Oh, where's your brother? Where's your brother? Just looks up at us, runs away. It's like, all right, whatever. Fuck you too, cat. So, another hour passes. What the hell? Where's that fucking cat? So my mother starts calling for him. And just, walking around the house. Like, what the hell is the damn cat? Goes outside, goes into the garage. It's like, Morris, where the hell are you? Cat starts crying. goes outside, looks up. This cat's stuck in the tree, and my mother literally has to coax this cat to get out of the damn tree because he's like almost near the like middle of this tree, and he's just looking down like scared shitless. And then got him out of the tree without having to get a ladder or nothing. I just had to literally talk the cat down to get out of the tree.
Garden hoses work too.
Yeah, spray them out.
Yeah.
Now, speaking of getting cats out of the tree, looks like a Florida man has tied up the series with the Boston Bruins. Beat them tonight 4-2. The Golden Knights and Sharks are currently tied at 0 with 18:08 left in the second period.
Ooh.
Stanley Cup in Vegas, baby.
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling you, that this game might actually decide it.
I'm telling you, you guys, it is starting to bug me that you are completely ignoring the fact that the Knights are in the same fucking half as the Jets. You're not getting past the Jets. They're just not. It's just not going to happen.
Yeah. Well, I'm sorry, Irv. I suppose the best way to say this is we fart in their general direction.
Oh.
Bro, I got nothing against Winnipeg. I just want to, bro. We got to come on, Stanley Cup in Vegas.
I know that.
Vegas. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I can just see a whole bunch of deranged type of comedies are just going to happen. There's going to be like a whole fucking quarter of a block where people are going to be in those BDSM outfits just peeing on each other in golden uniforms. Like, yes, Golden Knights win. Yes, we celebrate with showers. It's just a bunch of these crazy yahoos pissing on each other and that. Well, the whole rest of the town just goes up in flames like, motherfuckers, they beat us. Oh, God damn it.
I never had any interest or desire to go to Vegas. I always said it would have to be like a perfect storm of coincidence for me to actually go there. This is probably that perfect storm of coincidence. So,
oh,
yeah,
shit.
seriously.
Maybe you could be our field reporter if you get to go to Vegas, dude.
I think we should all go.
Yeah. Speaking of a perfect storm of coincidences.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, Colleen! I don't know where you found this one, Colleen.
Skater.
Pedophiles arrested after being found covered in cement and tied to a bench.
Awesome.
Oh.
All right. Two notorious
for the win.
Two notorious pedophiles were hiding out in a I don't know what code Donegal means. Last week, have been arrested in the north. Child rapist James White, 48, and his friend Jason Lydiard, 26, roamed the border counties last weekend, bringing fear to local communities. But on Saturday night, the two were caught by the PSNI and Newry. I'm thinking this is not local. This is probably
Ireland.
Yeah. After an incident during which they were set upon by the Mulligabron. I just butchered that. It appears as the men have been attacked before being doused in cement and paint and tied to a public bench. An angry mob shouted at the men before they were arrested by detectives. Sightings of the pair in various towns across Donegal last weekend sparked a social media frenzy. Pictures of the pair's blue Peugeot car were spotted online and shared extensively. Earlier on Saturday, the PSNI posted pictures of the men's Cork-registered car being seized and the place that I butchered, and issued an urgent appeal for the whereabouts of the men. They have been sighted in South Armagh. I believe that's how you pronounce it, Armagh. Armagh and Newry, but there were concerns they may have also returned to Donegal. Detective Chief Inspector Jill Duffy said, these two men are wanted in Northern Ireland for a range of offenses, including breach of license and warrants.
They are so lucky they're in Northern Ireland and not Southern Ireland.
Yeah,
they get a royal Firing squad.
The Gardai have intelligence that the duo, both originally from the north and considered high-risk sex offenders, have been approaching children as part of a depraved double act. Although the pair served time in the north, they are still required to inform Gardai of their whereabouts here. The Garda Bulletin has been sent to every station in the country to warn officers to be on the lookout for the pair. Lydiard, who also uses the name Alexis Gesto, considers himself a born-again Christian, is also suspected of using a fake social media profile as part of his plans to identify potential victims. Investigators believe the pair became friends after Lydiard, originally from Codown, was freed from custody in the north earlier this year. He had finished a 7-month sentence for ignoring a court order banning him from online dating sites. Wow.
Hey, Six.
Yes.
Do you think because they're Irish, it would be fair to call them kitty diddlers?
Oh, boy.
Sorry.
As long as we get to smack him around with a shillelagh. Although he has 9 previous convictions for sexual assault, assaults causing harm, and threats to kill, White is considered to be the more dangerous. White, who was originally from South Armagh, was jailed here. It's like he's a fucking car. Was jailed here in 1998 for horrific attacks, 2 counts of buggery, and 5 charges of sexual assault on a teenage boy in Comeath.
That's still on the books over there? Buggery?
Good Lord.
Yep. He was freed in 2003. He once threatened to kill a social worker with a hammer. Has 62 previous convictions in all, including sexual assault, assault causing bodily harm, and threats to kill. After completing his sentence there, he returned to the north in 2006 and was living in different areas across the border. Lydiard was placed on the sex offenders register last year for 5 years and was banned from working with children after he admitted grooming and touching a boy under the age of 16 2 years ago. He was back in trouble in September last year after being caught on an online dating site. He was jailed for breaching the terms of a sexual offenders prevention order for having a phone with internet access. 62 convictions.
You know what? They should have just killed him by firing squad. Just send his ass over to the IRA south of the border and let them just butcher him like the animal he is. Fuck him. That much trouble. You know, you ever wonder why there's this great stereotype and conspiracy about the United Kingdom's government being filled with fucking pedophiles? Gee, maybe it's because they're so fucking lax on them. You know, if they're actively trying to go after your children, maybe you should allow it so that they can, after being prosecuted and found guilty, be killed in public. Just because, you know.
They can't go after them because if they do that, then they have to go after all of the new immigrants with their child brides.
Well, cool, good. Kill 2 birds with 1 stone.
Well, that's the reason they're not doing it, is my point.
Oh, fucking communists, of course.
Yeah. There's always a reason. Even if it sucks, there's always a reason.
That's despicable.
Yeah. Oh, it is. I agree with you. I'm just saying that's the causality of it. The reason that they're not prosecuting them for doing, they're taking such a lackadaisical approach is because, they're doing this, but meanwhile Abdul has 10 wives, and if you put his 10 wives' ages together, they come out to 60. So
yeah,
that's the whole reason that they're doing it that way.
Right. Yeah. Makes sense. No, let's effed up depravity. Oh boy. Well, what else do we got? Got 6.
We have a romantic rivalry that ends with officer-involved shooting, police said.
That sounds exactly what would go down if you got your hands on Yvette Falarka.
Oh, geez.
Oh, man. So, Castleberry, Florida. So, it's a Florida man story.
Oh, God.
Florida
Castleberry.
Man. Fuck yeah.
Castleberry police said a man who started a shootout with the police and shot a romantic rival will face an attempted murder charge.
Wait, what?
Yep.
What is this, a fucking soap opera?
Crime of passion.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
As the world turns in Florida. The two men are in the hospital after a fight ended with both men being shot Saturday night, police said. Castleberry police said when officers Zachary Price and Thomas Graffy were called Saturday night to a home in Griggs Avenue. 41-year-old Joseph Hoffman and 37-year-old Jonathan Lewis were fighting in the front yard of a home. According to police, Hoffman was waving around a firearm and refused to comply with the officer's commands to put down the weapon. Castleberry police said Hoffman then opened fire at the officers and Lewis, who was hit, so the officers returned fire. Hoffman and Lewis had been fighting over a woman in Gabe Quinones' front yard, the police said. Evidence markers showed where the bullets hit Quinones' house. They went through my living room, through my kitchen, all the way through the back of my house. So it could have been really, really bad if we were home, said Quinones. Quinones said that he and his wife were at a birthday party when their young daughter, when the fight began. Police said Lewis was transported to the Orlando Regional Medical Center with injuries that were not life-threatening and remains hospitalized and stable condition. Officers Price and Graffy returned fire and shot Hoffman, who was transported to an Orlando Regional Medical Center. He underwent surgery and is listed in stable but critical condition, according to police. Neither officer was injured during the exchange. Officers were wearing body cameras. Police said Hoffman is facing a first-degree attempted murder charge. The Florida Department of Law Enforcement is investigating. As standard practice, Price and Graffy have been placed on administrative duty. Until FDLE concludes their investigation, no other information concerning the officer-involved shooting can be released.
Wow. Okay. One, how the hell? What were they shooting that a bullet went straight through their house? And if that bullet wasn't like a your typical 5.56, what the hell is that house made out of? Fucking paper?
Maybe it went like window to window.
That's the only other thing I could think of is in one window, out another. Because it's like, really?
This is Florida, right?
Yep.
Burnside, their building codes are half of what ours are.
Oh, for crying out fucking.
Yeah. It's one of the things that people do up here, probably by you also. A lot of the construction companies in the 80s, the 70s and the 80s, they started moving down there because the codes are so lax. It was basically you could build a house for like a third of the cost of what, I mean.
You still can.
Third of the cost of materials. And then with the prices being even lower down there, it came out to like a sixth of the cost. So, you know, you'd have people that were using the fact that they had 20, 30 years experience up here, but when they were fleecing people like across the board. The houses down there, no offense, Terra, the houses down there are very flimsy. I'm not saying I'm taking a swipe at your state. I feel bad for the people who live down there because you're getting a raw deal.
Well, that's why my family and we tend to live in concrete block houses.
Better off.
Nice.
They're more likely to survive the hurricanes.
Oh, yeah.
You guys are gonna.
That too.
You guys are gonna love this one.
Lay it on me. I'm already laughing over at Dingus Khan and Dingus Minor trying to, you know.
Suspect flees police on motorcycle with ex-felon license plate.
Oh, some really Grand Theft Auto shit. Oh my god.
Yep.
Okay, if the last one wasn't Jeff Foxworthy's, you might be a redneck. If this one definitely is.
Yeah. Police in Oregon said a suspect led police on a chase while riding a stolen motorcycle with the vanity license plate reading ex-felon.
I'm guessing does he have like a really ethnic Italian name? I'm picturing something like Giovanni Scavici or some shit.
Springfield Police Department said Brock Antoine Williams.
That's even cooler. That's like a fucking superhero.
Yeah.
I was thinking porn star, but something like that.
Yeah.
35 was recognized Wednesday by an officer in the parking lot of an Albertsons store. The officer determined Williams
still fucking exist.
Mm-hmm. On the West Coast, I see him a lot. The officer determined Williams, a convicted felon, had a warrant for his arrest on a parole violation related to an unauthorized use of a motor vehicle. But Williams sped off on a Ducati motorcycle while the other officer waited to be joined by a patrol officer and a marked car. The officer followed Williams in an unmarked car and made note of the ex-felon license plate, which bore expired North Dakota tags. The patrol officer joined in the pursuit, and Williams fled at speeds of between 85 and 100 miles per hour down the streets until he reached a dead end and got off the vehicle. Police arrested Williams, who claimed he hadn't been riding the motorcycle. Police discovered the bike had been reported stolen in June 2017. The ex-felon license plate had been on the motorcycle at the time of the theft, leading us to believe whoever stole the bike put the plate on it. Springfield Police told Lieutenant Scott McKee, "Since these guys make license plates in prison, you would think he would be a little more creative."
Maybe he was just being honest. You know, kind of like the whole Jackson Waxon Flaxon thing. You know, I know I was a porn star, but I want to be a high-class porn star. For my name is Jackson Waxon Flaxon the first.
Oh, boy. Oh, giant inflatable duck runs afoul downtown Iowa Street.
Iowa?
This is
Yay,
by
it's
Eric
not Florida.
Group. Des Moines, Iowa. Drivers in Iowa, capital city, faced an unusual traffic dilemma Thursday. A giant rubber duck was filmed rolling down the southeast 6th Street. At least one car had to drive around the oversized bathtub accessory. The car behind us is like, what am I supposed to do right now? One person is overheard saying in the video. Before coming loose, the balloon was displayed a few blocks away to promote a local duck derby to help nonprofit group Youth Emergency Shelter and Services, according to the Des Moines Register. Organization said Quacky has been recovered and returned to its home undamaged. The nonprofit CEO told the Register strong winds made the duck come loose from its display.
That's funny.
You know, not to change topics, but really quick, just wanted to mention, since this is about Iowa, I'm a little afraid of that state.
Oh, yeah. I don't blame you. It's where Slipknot came from. What's not to fear about Iowa?
Well, one, I've seen Slipknot in concert a few times, but the other thing is, if you've ever seen Children of the Corn,
oh my God,
Malachi.
It takes place in Iowa, and two, they're from Long Island, the people that it happens to. So that's 2 strikes against that state. I'm not going there.
dude! Children of the Corn is the whole reason why I won't go into cornfields.
Well, who the fuck goes into cornfields? I was just about to say, wait a minute.
I do.
Yeah, fuck you.
I know you want to, dear. I know you want to.
Well, let's see.
Yeah,
this guy. This guy sounds like he goes into cornfields. Let's see if it'll actually load. Load, you bastard.
The funny thing is, we used to think that all corn was normal until we bit into feed corn.
Yeah, that's a bad idea. That's for livestock, man.
Yeah, we thankfully soaked it for a good long time, but it was like, this tastes like shit. My father comes out, it's like, why are you eating the cow's food? I was like, we have a cow? No, but the guy across the street does. What the fuck did you idiots do this time? Well, we ran out of beer, and we were hungry, and we thought you went to bed, so we didn't want to wake you up, so we went across the street to get food.
Yeah, it's dead corn. I only know that because my schmuck brother-in-law did the same thing. That's the dirty hippie that married my sister.
Sean Pierre's in the chat says, don't hate on Field of Dreams, Tara. Yeah, fuck Field of Dreams. I would never go into that goddamn cornfield. If there's dead baseball players coming out of a fucking cornfield, no. Nope, no.
Well,
funny.
I'm just, you guys got to remember the agricultural scene by me is a lot different. It's all fishermen. So I've never seen fields of anything up close. So when I do actually drive past them on those rare road trips I've taken, I get like that unsettled feeling. You know, like I'm a real New Yorker, like a true New Yorker. I get terrified of open spaces. Like you can ask Burnside when we first got to DC, Ajax thought it was hysterical because we're walking around and my eyes got wide.
Yeah, he's eyeballing everywhere, and I'm like, no, it's fine, man. Keep going. And he's just like looking around, and I'm like, I thought he was just doing fucking recon, and I was like, all right, cool. Well, he's up on the up.
Yeah, it was just I was not used to being able to see that far unobstructed, and it was like fucking with my head. You gotta realize, it was the first time I'd ever been on land where I could see as far as my eye could go. I was used to that on the water. I've never in my life been where I could just see, you know, like on the land and just keep like there's no end to what I could see. It was amazing to me. I was like, my God, this is incredible. It was like, because I'm used to seeing something like that on a movie screen. So, like, just like when we got to the edge of the National Mall and then you could see all the way over to Lincoln's Memorial, and we're not even at the fucking pencil yet that starts off the mall, like, you can see that far. And I explained it to my mother and my wife when I got home. The distance we walked, like I was looking on the map. I got to look at the map again. I might be doing the math wrong. But it's actually like we walked as if I walked from my house to Manhattan and back. Like you don't realize it, I guess, because of how open that city is. But we had to cover a lot of distance that day. You know, part of it is also Burnside that you got us lost walking around the damn city on the way back, and we didn't get to the hotel till 3 a.m. But
yeah, that was my dumbass fault completely. Yeah.
Oh, I can't even complain about you because I had a map on me the whole time.
Ah, fuck! I forgot.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah, it's the blind leading the blind.
Oh boy.
Oh Christ! I wish I knew that beforehand.
Well, at least neither of you are a Florida man, 71, accused of repeatedly exposing himself at eateries.
Oh, what?
Wow.
Yeah, this is the guy you don't want to run into at Denny's.
Sounds like that fucker that zipped past us on the bike at DC, dude.
Yeah. Oh, that crazy woman?
Yeah.
Oh my God, the one who kept flipping me off?
Yeah. That was a woman? I thought it was a guy.
No, that was a chick. That's the thing with those liberals. There's something wrong with them. I don't know. Maybe she like drinks tap water and then sticks her head in the microwave. But that was a woman.
Oh my God! All right. Well, let's hear Six's story because I think that one of the two, either this is that woman or these two idiots are related.
Yeah.
Okay.
A 71-year-old Florida man is repeatedly accused of exposing himself at restaurants and bars. Has been placed on house arrest after he broke his curfew, just days after appearing in court due to the latest lewd allegations. Alvaro Peña Yepes has been arrested at least 12 times since 2012, predominantly for lewd acts in public. He was arrested again earlier this month for additional lewd allegations, while on bond for a previous incident in which Peña Yepes was allegedly caught exposing himself and masturbating at a Duffy sports bar in Altamont Springs.
Oh, Lord.
On April 3rd, a judge ordered Peña Yepes to wear an alcohol monitor and observe an 8 p.m. to 7 a.m. curfew. But probation officers said he visited at least 7 eateries after 8 p.m. between April 4th and April 8th. He visited Rookie's Cantina in Longwood and Flogger's Grill in Altamont Springs on April 4th.
Flogger's Grill? What the hell is that? A BDSM bar and grill joint?
I have no idea.
Floggers? Who the
Floggers.
fuck?
2 days later,
we
he
have
was...
Bubba Gump's here.
Bubba Gump's normal, though. Everyone knows that. I mean, hell, we've got Bubba Gump shrimp over here at Navy Pier.
I think I've actually eaten in that place before.
Oh, good food, dude.
I hate seafood.
Yeah. So the Sicilians eat what the hentai people.
Well, people in hentai fuck. I know. I branded myself with that one.
2 days later, he was at a Renaissance Plaza shopping center and Anthony's coal-fired pizza at Altamont. On April 7th, he went to a Pizza Hut in Altamont, followed by a Tibby's New Orleans kitchen the next day. On at least one occasion, Pena Yepes was allegedly already drunk when he arrived and made lewd remarks toward a female bartender. One night, he was also reportedly hospitalized for alcohol poisoning. The curfew has since been extended to full house arrest. Doctors have reportedly blamed Pena Yepes' behavior on a series of strokes and dementia and say there is no expectation that he will show any significant improvement in his condition.
Dementia. So he goes on demented episodes of drunken insanity and just flaps his ginies around at people.
Pretty much.
This sounds like Diogenes when he hits about 70. God.
Hey, has Cody pooped at all today?
Say what?
Don't. Just go.
Oh, fucking hell. Yeah. I could totally see Diogenes doing this shit when he gets really, really old. Gets dementia from just all the crazy shit that he does.
Speaking of D, have you talked to him?
No, I ain't heard a damn peep since the last time we had him on here with his old lady.
I gotta hit him up again. I hit him up a few times. I don't know.
I don't know if he's okay or not, or I've just decided that since he's a pain in the ass to get a hold of in general, and half the time when I ever go and try to make a phone call, I wind up falling asleep because night shift, I'm like, I'll just wait for him to try and get a hold of us.
Yeah, I'll just keep hitting him up. It's no big deal. I knew this going in. He'll be there at MOAR. That's all that matters. Streaming isn't his thing. Cutting videos isn't his thing. You know, he's if anyone could get the assignment of Batman personality in the Justice League, it would be Diogenes, definitely.
Oh, God. He would make one terrifying fucking Batman.
Yeah, seriously. I'd definitely make the good Robin, though, because I think I could pull off the green tights like no other.
Oh, definitely. If we could definitely get him as Batman, you as Robin. I'm
being sarcastic, bro. There's no way on earth I could pull that off. I'm too big to be Robin.
It would be funny, though. It would be way funny.
No, my legs are too long. I'd look ridiculous.
Probably, but it was a funny idea since you put it on the table. I was like,
I was actually kind of looking forward to seeing Scooby wear those little green shoes.
You know, it's fucked up. I actually did have a plan. I was supposed to dress like Robin, and my best friend at the time, she was only 4'8", I believe, and she was going to dress like Batman. And what it was, she's actually an exotic dancer. And what we were going to do, we were going to go and enter as Batman and Robin. And I said,
nice.
We'll win. We'll win because of, that I'm 6'2", she's 4'8". And I said, because I told this to a few people, they're like, well, why don't you go as Batman and she goes as Robin? I'm like, because that's what everyone will expect. That's why we got to do the reverse. I think we would have won.
Absolutely.
Yeah, definitely. Seriously. But, if I can get you guys together for Halloween, I do have an idea for us to make money. Check this out.
Uh-huh.
We all get red Budweiser shirts, and we get those horse head masks. And we go as the Budweiser Clydesdales.
Man. We got to get those things. We got to get those like mop bristles and put them around our ankles. So it looks.
I was gonna say, get the men's furry winter boots.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah. Seriously, blue jeans, those boots, red Budweiser t-shirts. Because there's a club by me. It's one of the biggest clubs. It's right outside the city limits, but they still say it's the biggest club in New York City just for marketing. It's called the Vanderbilt. It's actually where all those bikers had their shootout about 15, 20 years ago. the Pagans and the Hell's Angels when they had that huge shootout. It was at this club, but be that as it may, this club every Halloween they have a costume contest, and I think that the first prize is like 10 grand.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not like suggesting doing this for some like bar contest where we're gonna win like $100. I'm saying if you guys want, come the fuck out here because it might be upwards of like it might even be over at this point. The last time I went to this thing was like 10 years ago, but you know, seriously, if we all dressed in the same exact matching outfits with those masks and went as the Budweiser Clydesdales, we probably would win.
You gotta get those
ask them if they still do it. I mean, we could actually get horse head masks.
That's what I'm saying. Like the mask, I think Foster's the one that has it.
Yeah, Foster's got one, and there's a few other people I've ran into at bars that have those things.
So
I'm sure
that's
there's
the
some
mask
costume
I'm
shop
talking
that
about.
sells them.
That's the mask I'm talking about. And you can even look on Amazon for like a horse collar, like in the costume department. Bro, seriously, if we just wear those horse collars and masks with the Budweiser t-shirts and with the Budweiser Clydesdales, boom, 10 grand.
This might be something crazy enough to try.
Well, no shit. That's why I'm suggesting it.
All right, yeah, go see if this place still does it.
Well, if they don't, there's dozens of other places in Manhattan and Long Island that have huge costume parties on Halloween that will have cash prizes. I just have to look it up. You know.
All right, cool. I'm liking this idea.
Well, yeah,
it was fun.
I wouldn't bring it up if it wasn't a moneymaker.
Yeah, but I do think dressing up as like superheroes and supervillains when we go to DC would be an interesting idea. Because I liked what Terra and Bartender came up with for a general theme concept. And generally speaking, with how bland everyone else was for the most part, there'll be twice the amount of cameras that were on us than last time, just because we'll be dressed up. Like
if I can make it up to more, I'm gonna try to dress up as Sinestro.
Fuck
awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Definitely.
Well, I'm gonna go dressed as Scoobie, but here's the thing. What I would suggest is seriously, Burnside, you should consider it. I would try to get. I'm going to actually ask the guy up at the garden shop by me. For years, he used to rent it out. I'll see if he still has it, and I'll try to get a deal for it. Get it from him on a deal. He had one of the suits. I don't think it was obviously the one he wore in the movie, but it was like a facsimile of it. One of the ones from Nicholson when he was in the Batman movie in '89.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and this is the thing. I could definitely see it. Six, tell me if you agree. And you too, Irv. Tell me he doesn't remind you, Burnside, if he had on the Joker makeup of a young Cesar Romero from the TV series.
Who is this again?
The guy who played the Joker.
No, yeah, but who's supposed to remind me of Cesar Romero?
Burnside. Put the makeup on Burnside. Tell me he does with that laugh of his.
Do the laugh.
He doesn't look like him, but he does the same kind of facial expressions as he does.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah, that high-pitched laugh of his, bro. Yeah, definitely. I'm saying if you remind me of if you were gonna play the Joker, out of any Joker, I see that a lot more than like Hamill or like the rest of. Yeah, definitely. That's definitely. Yeah, I'm just saying. The Joker is definitely a one for you. Just word to the wise, it's gonna probably still be hot as fucking DC, come September. So yeah, this is gonna be good. Me personally, I'm probably just gonna wear some of the crazy shit like I wear on the stream. Look, I'm sorry, my accent. I sound like a henchman, not a hero. I'm not. I can't pull it off. So I'm not going to try to cosplay a superhero. I'm sorry. I'm verbally handicapped. So I will I'll rock my mask and my bandana like I did last time. It's all good.
Hell yeah.
I got to do some sit-ups if I'm going to squeeze my ass into this Sinestro suit here.
Right.
Oh God. And tell me that Weebo is gonna dress like fucking Nightwing.
I would love it if she would do that. It'd take a lot of convincing. We'd have to like bribe Weebonitis, but definitely try and get her to dress as Nightwing or something.
Oh my God, she'd probably paint that poor kid orange then. Make him go with Starfire.
Oh,
Yeah.
And what's funny is I was thinking, shit, maybe I should go with Starfire.
talking about
Why
going
the
to
hell?
more.
Why the
Yeah.
hell not, man? If you come, why the hell not? Just get that pink wig.
No. If you send me the money, I'll get you a decent wig. I got decent wig shops here. Either that or I'll make it.
Oh, this is gonna be funny.
I'd never get my ass down to more anyway.
Why?
Not just not going to happen. It's not in the cards.
You can come down to more. You can work it into the cards, man. Come on. It's a couple of days out of your life.
I can't get the time away from work.
Mm-hmm. That sucks.
That's a pity. You have to try and aim for it next year, then.
Fuck, I don't get vacation again until sometime next year. And I'm going to Dominican next chance I get, so sorry, guys.
And okay.
Well, we hate you too.
I'm just saying, man, it's gonna be awesome. Gonna be a bunch of just caped lunatics running around DC, going, "We want our fucking comic books back, you motherfuckers, and we're gonna take them back if you don't give them."
Yeah, I actually found the red hair dye that comes with bleach, so I can dye my hair black and red.
Nice.
Cool.
I'm thinking of building my own Sinestro suit.
That
Well,
would be an
start
interesting
looking.
idea.
Start looking on YouTube.
I'm gonna get
Like
me
look
some.
at all the different cosplayers. Like they have their videos up.
Mhm.
There'll be people that'll show you how they made their patterns and shit, and so you'll have pointers already. If you, I don't know how versed you are in making your own spandex superhero costumes. I mean, I know you're an eclectic guy, but how much of a Swiss Army knife are you there, Six?
I could learn.
All right, yeah. So
Something like cross between like the Daredevil costume and the Captain America First Avenger costume, but the same kind of style applied to the Sinestro.
That could work.
type in
Just-
Sinestro Parallax because there's already a pattern that sounds like what you'd like.
Oh, all you need is really a bodysuit, and you can get that at a Joanne Fabrics in Simplicity.
Well, if I'm gonna build it, I'm gonna make it look like it's not just like a. I don't want to look like
You're
I'm
going
walking
for the
around in a
armored look, aren't
leotard.
you?
Because here's some Sinestro cosplays.
I want it to be functional as well as.
Okay, yeah. So you're gonna want like kind of like the Injustice armor type look.
You're gonna give it like ass, you gotta give it an ass flap like the kids' pajamas. That way you can see dry.
Oh, this one
Oh,
here is
right.
kind of like the armor. This cosplay that she did.
Nice.
It's got the
Sort of.
looking of armor. I can actually tell that it's bought and not made, but still, it looks nice.
Yeah, mine's probably gonna have. It's probably gonna have like thick Kevlar padding. I'm gonna go all out on this shit.
Hell yeah, dude. Go for it.
This cosplay is gonna be able to stop bullets.
Well, I did have a woman last year try and eat my liver, so it's not necessarily a bad idea.
But these people did some decent. Here you go. Here's the armor.
That
That's
looks
kinda
really cool.
A
Not
little more
bad.
plated than I'd be going for. I want something that would almost act like a functional body armor.
Mm-hmm. That would be good.
Let's see.
Yeah, because definitely if this turns out well, if a few of us can get this to work, then definitely I got to work this whole thing
Here's a
we're gonna
better
do.
look at the Sinestro armor that the guy made.
That's
That's
kind of
really
interesting.
cool.
That looks way better.
That's the same guy, though.
Ah, it is.
Yeah, it's just a different view of the camera.
I see.
You know, on the one hand, it's awesome looking. On the other hand, you got to feel sympathy for his wife.
Oh, here we go. I got to show it. Ronald McDonald Thor.
Nice.
Oh my God.
That's beyond awesome.
Do you believe in the magic
Here's another one.
of Asgard?
That's so cool.
Shit.
No. There
And
was
we have
one
a Whataburger Wonder Woman.
No, I saw someone do a great one with
That's
it was like Colonel Sanders crossed with Sephiroth.
yeah, I've seen that one. Yeah.
Oh, here's Green Lantern armor.
Nice.
He did it good. Nice, very nice. Crap, we've got about 10 minutes to go. Although, definitely, we're gonna have to try and finagle this whole caped crazies idea.
I'm gonna be going for like tactical Sinestro.
Mr. B, you better not do this to me. Poor Harley.
Oh, that
That
not.
looks depressing. That is a depressing Harlequin.
Yeah, but look, her Joker is with Ivy.
Oh. I didn't even notice that. Oh, that's a great joke. No. I don't think Diogenes swings that way. And neither do I, so that shouldn't be any problem. Oh good. Hey look, it's a Junior Joker and Leo.
There you go.
Wow. That's a really good Leonardo.
Yeah, it is.
Nice.
Cowabunga.
Definitely cowabunga, motherfucker.
You know, I remember when I was a kid, I got to see them in the city.
This is a good
Nice.
Phoenix. That's a good Phoenix cosplay.
Nice.
I saw this weird series of I don't even know how to describe it. It's what they look like is like fancy ass paintings. And
Sorry,
then
I don't mean to really interrupt, but look at this. It's Sinestro Batman.
yeah. That was like a what-if
Holy
moment.
shit, that's an awesome, scary idea.
Do you not know about this crazy arc? It's like a sort of like a what if type of arc.
Yeah, it's
No.
right before Batman got the Green Lantern ring.
Yeah, that if he got his hands on a yellow ring, he's like the only person in the universe that wouldn't be corrupted by the yellow ring.
Yeah,
Because he already uses fear as a weapon.
yeah.
Yeah.
Here's another Sinestro armor, badly done.
Wow,
Yeah, that one looks terrible.
that looks
Poor
like
guy.
Oh man,
Oh, this is a nice Ivy. I like that one.
Nice. Anyways, what were you trying to say, Six?
let's see. I'm going to be probably looking at like really heavy material.
Okie doke.
Make sure you can actually carry it. What I would suggest is going to cosplay.com. It's I'll actually get my magazine and I'll give you their website when I go over to my aunt's. Because I have their magazine. It tells you how to build armor for cosplaying.
Yeah.
I almost got a pattern on how to make armor from Simplicity today because it was only 99 cents. And I was like, no, I have a magazine that tells me how to do this shit.
Nice. All right. Well, do we want to get to chilling things?
Yep,
with the
because we
time
have
we've got?
what, 6 minutes left.
Yep. Yes, we do. Exactamundo.
How do you screen share?
All right, there's this
button
tab
on the
over in the corner.
What operating system are you using before you do that?
Google Chrome, I think.
Okay, so it's not like Safari. Anytime I use Safari, my government name is on the top of my screen and it shows. So.
Oh, all right. Maybe I won't be playing with this then.
But you're probably not using Safari if you're using Chrome.
Yeah.
No, yeah, you have Windows.
Is your
right?
name on anything right now?
No, my name. It's everything says Scooby. At least it should.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. On your left, there should be a green arrow.
Okay, cool.
Pun intended.
Yeah, I seen it. Okay, I'm looking for it for the thing I wanted to show you really quick. Trying to find a good picture of it anyway.
All right.
Let's see. Okay, this one will work, I guess. Any port in the storm, as they say. How familiar are you guys with Dungeons and Dragons lore?
I'm pretty familiar.
Or?
Yeah, the lore of it.
No. So.
Do you know what an illithid is?
No idea.
No.
They're called mind flayers.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Those jellyfish things.
Yeah, check this out. Hold up. Let me see if I can do this. Hopefully I don't dox myself. Just look really quick. You see it?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. It looks like some type of Cthulhu thing.
Yeah.
It's Omegon.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. That's and it's really detailed.
That's
See
pretty
what
cool.
I mean? Yeah.
Nice.
I feel like I need to make a sandwich.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if I get my settlement for my back, God willing, after I pay my mother's house off, if I got enough money left over, I'm gonna blow it on a cosplay outfit as an illithid. Just because I'm tall already, I'm 6'2", so with some 6-inch heels, that brings it up to 6'8".
Yeah, but they're so skinny.
Well, you gotta realize I was 250 when Burnside when Burnside met me. I don't look 250. And that's just because of my height. And I lost weight. I actually look like a beanpole now because I lost weight. So this one's kind of cool looking. Oh yeah, I'm still screen sharing. I just realized that. Let me change this.
You know what's really cool? I just want to mention this. A lot of Kevlar fabrics are actually, they come yellow.
No way. That's kind of cool, man.
That's kismet, bro.
Yeah.
Okay, we have 2 minutes left.
All right. Who wants to go for their shelling?
Who do you got as far as I guess on my screen, Irving is the farthest to the other side of the screen. I don't know what your setup looks like.
Yeah, mine looks like the same. Irv, you wanted to take a few extra minutes anyway, so go right ahead.
Yeah, a couple of small things. Just earlier, the topic of alcoholism came up, and anyone who knows me, maybe you're not super worried about it, but you probably wonder. And let me tell you, I confirmed tonight, no, I am not an alcoholic. I got my hands on some whiskey. Someone just gave me some. I don't know if you noticed, I poured myself a little, took one sip and went, what the fuck is that? And I went and I poured it out because it was fucking horrific. So yeah.
Damn, holy shit.
Congratulations to me, right?
You disposed of alcohol without drinking it. Damn, dude.
Yeah. Other announcement, I hit a small milestone on my YouTube channel. I just crossed the 200 mark, 201 subscribers.
All right, give this guy a hand.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Congratulations on both, man.
Thanks. I'm Irving Twin, the angry drunk Canadian, but oddly not an alcoholic. So yeah, you can find me on that channel and Irving Twin Gaming. All right.
You're not an alcoholic, you're a connoisseur.
Apparently.
You're an aficionado.
Aficionado,
Nice.
I like that
Just
one.
like I don't call myself a pothead, I'm a connoisseur. Nah, if it's nasty shit, I won't smoke it.
I only binge smoke the good stuff.
So you probably wouldn't smoke the crap that my neighbors do.
No, I'd literally go over there and be like, what the fuck are you smoking?
Generally these days, if I don't know the person who grew it, I don't smoke it. So
Right. All right. That all, Irv?
Yep, that's everything. Thank you.
All right. You're welcome. All right, Scoob, you're next.
I'm Scooby331. You guys can follow me here on YouTube. I am on minds.com. I am on Gab AI. I am on, let me see, I'm on Patreon and PayPal as, well, obviously this is still the same thing I use there. I am on, let me see, I am on Twitter as not Scooby331. And what's really cool is, if you can see this, bro, this guy makes these and sells these on DeviantArt.
Holy shit, that's cool.
Fuck.
Yeah, well,
That's cool.
I'm thinking he makes them in different colors. Maybe we could get American Eagle ones.
There we go.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So
Fuck yeah.
yeah. Oh yeah. There we go. So yeah, I think that maybe for more, we'll be rocking some eagle masks.
That
Eagle
looks
Sinestro.
pretty fucking cool.
Eagles City. This guy won't let go of Sinestro.
Not me. I'm with my Harley Quinn.
Hey, no, it's cool. Whatever works. I was actually just looking at that Tengu mask, and I was just thinking to myself, that would be so sick because I could go like in, there is a Chinatown in Manhattan, but like there's also a little Japan part, so I could go there and scare the fuck out of those people.
Oh god.
But yeah,
yeah.
I'm Scooby331. You guys can follow me on all those different social medias.
Most excellent. All right. Harley dear, you're up.
I am TerraSynn. You can find me on IMVU, YouTube, MeWe. I have a Patreon. You can find me on Facebook. And I just made a maker support.
Nice.
I actually have something coming up. I managed to book Ranting Monkey for Sunday at 5 p.m.
Yay!
Awesome.
Congratulations.
Awesome.
So,
Looking
I'm
forward to
going
it.
to have, Burnsides agreed to be on there. My brother's dying to be on there because he fucking loves Ranting Monkey.
He violently masturbates to his presence.
Pretty much. I also have an Etsy store. It's TerraandRoxyCraft. Hopefully coming up in the next 2 weeks, we'll be posting my purses on there. I'm also going to start making totes and selling them for $25 a pop. Because my roommate's friend makes totes and purses, and she made over $1,000 just selling totes. But she also sells them
Awesome.
she also sells them at $50 a pop. I'm selling them for $25, so I'll probably get more sales than her.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, find me, support me, donate to me, because when you donate to me, it allows me to buy better quality items to make better quality products.
Good old capitalism, motherfucker. Gotta love it.
Yeah.
Opportunity knocks, take it.
Hell yeah. Speaking of taking opportunities, where's the next 6 minutes?
I am the next 6 minutes. You may find me on the next 6 minutes channel. You must spell out the word 6 in order to find it, because if you don't, then you won't. I'm also on the next live streams channel. And speaking of live streams, I guess we'll work out the details later, but I would like to invite Irving Twin to be my first May interview on the Chaos 120 group channel. So,
Yeah.
I'm probably going to be doing 2 interviews this month, and I want you to be my first May interview.
I'd be on.
Friday, that's the day that I'm looking at. If you're free sometime in like Friday early evening, I don't know what your schedule is, but if we can work that out.
Yes,
So sometime before Scoob stream.
For sure.
Alrighty. Let's see what else. I of course have a maker support as well, and I have my T public thing. In case you want some of my original art on a T-shirt, then you can take that route. I'm saving up for a GoPro that I can take around town and show people the sights of good old San Antonio.
Ooh.
And let's see. What else do I have down the pipe? Nothing, I guess, this week. My tea time stream is probably going to be either late morning or early afternoon. I'm talking like noon, like the crack of noon or whatever, high noon.
Oh.
So I'm trying. Yeah, I'm gonna be trying to get some of the people from overseas. So let's get some. Well, if it works out that way, then that's cool. If not, then whoever happens to be online at the time.
Yeah. Well, like the saying goes, if it ain't broken, don't fix it.
Right. So I guess that's all I got for right now.
Okie dokie. And I'll go rush through my crap because I've only got a handful of things to do. I am the Burnside Film Project. I'm on YouTube, BitChute, Gab AI, and I'm on Twitter as Burnside_bums. Tomorrow, I plan on, if I can get this up off the ground, because I'm hoping that traffic won't be a bitch. That's the only real problem I'll have. I'm hoping to be able to go downtown tomorrow for May Day. Little known fact, we do actually have a historical reason that's not communist related to celebrate it. And long story short, I want to see how many people actually know the history of May Day in Chicago. And especially if I can do a remix of this, depending on how long it goes, I want to see how many people I can trigger just by asking them, do you know who Adolf Fischer is? Because little known fact, he was one of the eight people that was prosecuted for allegedly being involved in the bombing. And I do believe he was one of the 4 who were hung. So this should be quite interesting. So I definitely want to count how many of these dumbasses are going to be the whole fucking Nazi line in that. And I go, actually, no. He's the furthest thing from that. You're just an uneducated dumbass. So tune in tomorrow for that. It'll probably be, I don't know what time these idiots get out of bed. Probably around like 10, 11 a.m. maybe, CST. I don't know. But
very cool.
I guess that's about it. I'll see you around, everybody.
All right, all.
Peace out, Hail Sigmar.
Bye.
Later.